Alright guys, what is up? It's your boy Beast here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Now, as you can see in the title, this is actually going to be a doubleheader. And the first match I'm about to show you is against a guy by the name of Muladudejr Jr. The second one is as well against the same opponent, but this first match is an OU tier battle. The second one is actually an Ubers tier battle. Now, this first match right here, I mean, it's pretty one-sided, but I decided I might as well just upload it because, you know, I upload every single battle that I have, or almost every single battle that I have, so I figured I might as well just upload this battle as well. Now, I'm looking at this guy's team. I see that he's got a Sun team. That's not really too good at all, because my team isn't really not that optimized for Sun teams. And the main threat that I see is his Venusaur, obviously, because his Venusaur, I mean, that thing most likely has a chlorophyll, and he can outspeed every single Pokemon team with it, so that's got to be a problem as well. Now, his other pokes, really not a big deal. I mean, his Cresselia could be a problem, because I really don't have any solid counters against it. I don't have Dark Pulse on my Hydreigon, but his Ninetales, I mean, that's kind of a problem because it sets up Sun, but other than that, I could just lock it in there with, like, Dugtree or something. But yeah, I've also got a Nidoking on my team, which could handle it with, like, Earth Power. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's just get this battle started. So my opponent is going to go ahead and lead off with his Ninetales, as I'm going to lead off with Hydreigon. Now, this is obviously not a good matchup for me at all, because I do not have any super effective moves like Earth Power or any other super effective move for that matter, but get a U-turn out of there at the first turn and send on my Arcanine just to take any moves, or maybe a Hypnosis just to leave this thing under his Sleep Fodder. But he goes for the Fire Blast. I do have the Flash Fire on this thing, so I get that boost, and I'm just gonna demolish this guy with the Flare Blitz this turn. He's gonna go for Hidden Power Ground. That's not gonna really hurt me too much, because I believe I do have a little bit of HP investment or defense. I'm not quite sure. I really don't remember, but I go for the Flare Blitz and demolish this Ninetales right here. It's not very effective, but got the Flash Fire boost, and I've got a lot of attack investment. Plus, I do have the Life Orb, and with the Sun boost, so that's easily gonna take it out of there. So gonna go ahead and set on his Venusaur. Now this is where kind of things went down, because he get a Sleep Powder my Bronzong, and I'm gonna switch out of there again. I probably shouldn't have left him my Bronzong as a Sleep Fodder, but I'm gonna go ahead and set on this thing again like a dumbass, and I'm just gonna let him take me out of there, I guess. Gotta go for the Extreme Speed just to get a little bit of damage off on him, but it didn't do as much as I would have hoped. But I mean, it does a pretty decent chunk after all, but I would have hoped that I could just take it out of there with Dugtree or something with the Choice Band Sucker Punch. But I mean, I'm just gonna go on and set on Hydreigon this turn. I was like, okay, I can take a Solar Beam from that thing and just hit him back with the Fire Blast. But it turns out that I'm gonna be able to take this Solar Beam, but of course I'm gonna miss with the Fire Blast, and that's gonna be unfortunate, because that kind of cost me the game right there, because he's just gonna end up sweeping me at this point, because I really don't have anything else against him. So he's just gonna Solar Beam every single poke on my team, and that's kind of sad, to be honest, because I mean, I don't know really. Venusaur, it's a pretty beast of a Pokemon, but I really wasn't ready for a Sun weather team, especially ones with these Venusaurs. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and send, or I'm gonna go ahead and send my Bronzong. The only super effective move he's got is Empire Fire, so that's, yeah, he's gonna go for the Empire Fire, take me out of there, and Dugtree is just gonna come in there and just try to go for the Sucker Punch, and it does a pretty decent chunk, but he's just gonna take me out of there with Solar Beam. So this was a second game right here against this guy. This was an Ubers tier battle. Now, this was a little bit better of a game. It was actually a pretty close game as well. Now, I've used this Uber team like a while ago. It was maybe 30 or 40 battles ago, but this match right here was actually pretty good. I see that this guy's got some sandstorm stuff on his team. He's got a Excadrill and a Pteranodon on his team. That's gotta be threatening. So I'm gonna have to keep my Kyogre alive for as long as possible. And he's also got a Rayquaza to just kind of get rid of the weather effects. He's also got a Arceus. I'm not quite sure what kind of form or type that is, because you know it can be different types with all the plights and stuff, but I'm not quite sure what it is. It could be anything. And it's also got a Dialga. It's not a big problem at all. It's also got a Lugia. I know Lugias are pretty bulky, so I'm gonna have to, you know, be careful while I'm playing around with it. And my team, I'm actually using a Fortress. It's a Fortress that is you know, especially defensive, I think. And I've also got a Kyogre. I think it's like Calm Minding one, but I just realized in this battle, Calm Mind Kyogre is really not, at least for the type of player I am. I mean, it's, you know, it's got a lot of defensive investment and not a whole lot of attack investment. So I don't know. I think that's not a set that fits me too well at all. But I also got a Giratina that's a defensive one. I think it's a physically defensive one. I'm not quite sure, or maybe a specially defensive. I do not remember. I think it's a physically defensive one. But I've also got a Mewtwo. It's an all-out attacker with Psy Strike and Ice Beam and Aura Sphere, I think, and Fire Blast or Flamethrower. I'm not quite sure, but one of those. And I've also got a Choice Scarfed Garchomp. Garchomp. When I made this team, Garchomp was still Uber, but now it's dropped down to OU, which is nice. And I mean, Garchomp can really fit well on this team as well. And I've also got a Kyurem on my team. It's the white Kyurem, and it can really be effective against those dragon types, you know. So yeah, my opponent is gonna go ahead and lead off with his Rayquaza. I'm gonna lead off with my Fortress. Now, I was all the time I was thinking at the back of my head, this guy has a fire move. This guy has a fire move. Switch the hell out of there. And it turns out it does, and I'm like, the worst play, stay in there and go for the Volt Switch. What? That was a terrible move right there. I should have just set on my Stealth Rocks right there and then. That would have been very, very useful against his flying types like his Lugia and his Rayquaza. His Lugia was a huge pain, like later on in the game, but I mean, he's most likely not got any Rapid Spinners except maybe his Extra Drill, but most Extra Drills do not run Rapid Spin. Now, instead of my Kyurem this turn, this is my Power Herb Kyurem right here, and you know, it can dish out a lot of damage, and that's what it's gonna do right here. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to his Tyranitar. I'm not gonna take it out of there though, but gonna go for the Outrage, I believe, this turn. That was actually a misclick. I actually meant to go for the Bolt Strike because I was fearing he's gonna set on his Execute Drill, and just, you know, if I would have went for the Outrage, then that, you know, I would have locked myself in there and just made him able to set up Sword Stances and stuff. But turns out I actually overestimate the defenses of his Dialga and his Excadrill. I mean, look at this right here. I get a 3-turn Outrage right here, and just take a look at this damage right here from this Outrage. I mean, that was crazy. Look, it did more than half. That is an easy 2-hit KO to a resisted Pokemon. That was incredible. That blew my mind right there. But again, it's got like base 170 attack, but still, that was incredible. That blew my mind right there. So, gonna go into Sonic Kyogre right here, just get rid of the Sandstorm, but I probably should have just sent on this thing before when he used V-Create from his Rayquaza on my Fortress, because I mean, it would have been useful to have my Fortress just, you know, spin away his Stealth Rocks and set up my own Stealth Rocks and stuff. But he's gonna go and center his Tyranitar this turn, and he's gonna set up the Sand again, and he makes a very, very risky play right here. He could have lost his Source to Sandstorm right here had I went for the Surf and taken that thing out of there in one shot from that range of health. But instead, my dumbass goes for the Ice Beam, and that way he's gonna keep his Tyranitar. That was incredibly stupid. That was probably the worst play I made in the entire game. I mean, I could have just taken that Tyranitar out of there with the Surf, but I mean, that was just, oh my god, that really pissed me off, to be honest, because if I would have gotten rid of his Tyranitar, then, you know, his Excadrill couldn't really function too well in the rain, you know, and his Arceus, this Arceus right here, wouldn't have the best defenses either, because, you know, that thing gets like double the special defense. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's like either 1.5 times more or 2 times more special defense in the Sandstorm. I'm not quite sure how it is, but at least he gets a lot more special defense in the Sand, and I mean, that's just gotta be a real pain. And I'm just gonna go and send him Fortress right here. I mean, that was a stupid player here. I was having a Calm Mind war with this Arceus Rock type, but I mean, I'm just gonna set on my Fortress, leave it in there as fodder, and I just died to the Stealth Rocks. That was a very stupid play on my part. Again, I probably should have just set on my Garchomp and try to go for a move that could hit him hard, but I make another stupid play. I go for the Earthquake, even though it was pretty obvious that he's getting set on his Lugia, but should have run for the Stone Edge. I would have done a lot of damage, but that's just how it's gotta be. So I set in my Kyogre, set up the rain again, and this part right here was kind of stallish, so that's why I kind of speed it up. But I mean, it's pretty much me just trying to go for a Calm Mind, but it turns out that this guy's like some sort of Sub-Roost variant, and I mean, I'm just gonna sit here and try to, you know, do as much damage as possible to this guy. I probably should have not set up any calm mines at all, and not to think about it, because I mean that cost me a lot of toxic damage as well. And I mean I could have just broken every single one of the subs with the surf, you know, and that way I could have taken the thing out of there with I don't know, potentially a surf later on. So I mean, I'm just gonna stay in there. I realized that it was a bad move to just go for the calm mine and break a sub. Fortunately, though, with the surf, but it's still at full HP, so that does kind of suck. Now he makes another risky play right here. I go for the thunder though, and he's gonna go for the roost. Thunder does a lot, which tells me that this guy is probably like some sort of physically defensive variant, because you'll see later on what I mean. He's gonna take my outrages from my Garchomp later on like a freaking boss, but I go for the thunder right here. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but he makes a very, very, very risky play right here. Stays in and goes for the substitute. Now, had I went for the second thunder, that would have just brought him down low enough so he could not set up that substitute. I was thinking at the back of my head, he's gonna set on his Excadrill just to take the thunder, but again, the Sandstorm is not up, so his Excadrill couldn't really harm me that much, right? So why would I do that? That was another stupid play on my part. Now, I mean, I'm just gonna try to continue going for the Ice Beam, because that's really the only thing I can do. And he's gonna send his Tyranitar again, and I just hit him in the face with an Ice Beam, you know. So yeah, my Kyogre's dead, so that means that I cannot set up my Rain again. I mean, that just makes his Lugia even more, or even bigger of a threat, because I can't go for the thunder on that thing. Now, this right here kind of sucked. He's gonna go for the Shadow Claw, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. I am physically defensive, and he gets a critical hit with it. Now, I guess, I mean, you've got to get critical hits sometimes with those moves, because, you know, Shadow Claw, I believe it's got a higher chance of getting a critical hit, but still that kind of sucks, because had I not got that crit, I could have just slapped him in the face with the Dragon Claw, and that would have easily taken that thing out of there from that range of health. But I mean, I guess stuff happens, and that you just gotta accept it. It's Hex, part of the game. So gonna go and sit in this thing right here, and this is what I was saying before. I mean, this just right here, I realized that this thing was physically defensive. I mean, look at this right here. Look at this. He lives with like 1 HP left, and that was just really frustrating. I almost took it out of there, and I was like, oh God, why? I mean, that was just really frustrating. Now, go for another outrage right here. He's just gonna continue going for the roost, and I was like, oh God, no. So I gotta find another way to just take this Lugia out of here. But since he's got the Sandstorm up, my Thunders will most likely not hit him, because, you know, it's got decreased accuracy in the Sandstorm. So I'm gonna go instead of Mewtwo again. Try to go for an Ice Beam, but he's gonna go for another Roost. And I mean, this Lugia was annoying, let me tell you that. It was very annoying. Now I'm gonna go for another Ice Beam right here, and obviously it's not gonna bring him down low enough, but I mean, it does about half to him, but still I would have liked it to do a little bit more. I mean, this Lugia right here was just incredibly, oh my God, no, I can't even explain it. So it's gonna go for the substitute this turn, and I'm gonna die to the from the next Life Orb recoil. So go for the Ice Beam, and he's gonna be able to roost up all that lost health back. So that was just really unfortunate on my part. Now, my last Pokemon is my Garchomp, and if I can take this Lugia out of here with maybe like 1 or 2 outrages, then I might actually have a chance. So I go for an outrage, and it does a pretty decent chunk, and I realize that this guy doesn't have any attacking moves. Well, then he goes for the Dragon Tail, but it does like nothing. So he goes for the Dragon Tail, and I'm able to take him out of there with another outrage. And I was like, oh my God, thank you for taking out the Lugia. The problem is he's got 2 pokes left, and he's got an Excadrill and a Arceus Rock type form. Now, because of the Sand Veil that I have on this thing, I'm able to actually avoid that Earthquake right there. That was pretty amazing right there. That was pretty amazing. I really didn't expect that at all. But gonna go ahead and go for another outrage, as he's gonna sit in his Arceus Rock type form, and he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. And I was like, no. Now I'm pretty much fucked. Now I can't do anything else than just go for the outrage and just hope to take it out of there from that range of health. But of course, he's gonna live with like 1 HP left, and I was like, oh my God, I'm fucked. I'm pretty much done. So I was hoping I'd get like a critical hit right here, but obviously with my luck, I'm never gonna get a critical hit. But I mean, I'm just gonna and just spam as much outrage as possible on him and hope to get a critical hit, but of course I'm not, so that kind of sucks, I guess. But I hit myself in the face, which kind of sucks, and he's just gonna go for another recover, and I'm gonna die to the burn damage. So that was a good game. Muladudejr Jr. I'll leave his link for his channel in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Now, I apologize about the last battle that I uploaded. It wasn't the best battle, I guess, because I mean, it was kind of one-sided, but I did not have anything else on my save list because people just kept disconnecting on me, and I really didn't have that much content to upload at all. So that's just how it's gonna be. If people disconnect, then that means that I'm gonna have difficulties with getting content, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. I believe I will have a game up Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know really, but yeah, that was a game. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if you did, and I will see you guys later. Peace!